What's going on, guys? Briar Rabbit here. Today, I'm having a little bit of fun. I opened up a box and I found some cool stuff. I found my old Super Nintendo, my old Dreamcast, my old TurboGrafx, and I'm hooking them all up and I'm having a good time here in my office. One of the games I actually found for my Super Nintendo is Super Mario All-Stars. If you're not familiar with Super Mario All-Stars, it's a kind of special version of Super Mario for the NES that they re-released for the Super Nintendo. It includes Super Mario 1, Super Mario Lost Levels, Super Mario 2, and Super Mario 3, but they're all like redone with new Super NES graphics. It's a pretty cool version. I've been messing around with it a little bit and having a good time. I also found my old copy of Street Fighter 2 Turbo, which I haven't played. Let me see if we can focus in on that. I haven't played this in forever, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. Also found Jet Grind Radio, like Keith Courage, in the Alpha Zone, like all sorts of fucking cool games. So I'm having a little bit of fun with that today, but I wanted to talk a little bit about yesterday's big news with Bungie leaving Activision. That's incredible news. Like, I'm actually super excited. You know what's crazy is that I think the whole gaming industry, the gaming press, gaming, enthusiast gamers, I'm sure other developers are like watching this, like going, holy cow, like what's going to happen next? Because Activision is seen as kind of a driver behind a lot of the microtransactions and, let's say, less gamer-friendly things that have been in Destiny 2. So Bungie leaving Activision, what does that mean for the future of Destiny 2 and for Bungie? Does Bungie become more like a CD Projekt Red where they're allowed to do their own thing because they're self-owned, self-published? They can monetize their game in their own way. CD Projekt Red, they release a game like The Witcher 3, they sell it to you for a fair price, and then, maybe they sell you a DLC later down the road, but there's no transactions, microtransactions, there's no loot boxes, there's none of that stuff. A lot of Destiny fans would love to see that. Now, that doesn't mean that's going to happen, and in my opinion, I would expect not to see a lot of changes to Destiny 2 short term. Like, I would expect to see them longer term, 6 months down the road, a year down the road, 2 years down the road, as Bungie has a chance to really kind of figure out what their monetization model is going to be moving forward, without Activision. But it's a really exciting thing to watch, even if you're not a Destiny fan. If you are a Destiny fan, it's definitely an exciting thing to watch because now Bungie has full control over Destiny. So moving forward with Destiny 2 and possibly with Destiny 3 in the future, there's nobody kind of over Bungie's shoulder telling them, you need to make more money, you need to have microtransactions, you need to sell it in this way, you need to do this, you need to do that. Bungie has full creative control and full control over that IP, and that's super interesting moving forward. Couple of things that worry me a little bit. Vicarious Visions and High Moon Studios, who both worked on Destiny 2, they are Activision-owned studios. So Vicarious Visions, for instance, made the PC port of Destiny 2. And by any account, the PC port of Destiny 2 is phenomenal. So losing them could be a problem moving forward for Destiny fans, especially if you like to play it on the PC. Now, we don't know for sure that, Bungie won't have access to Vicarious Visions and High Moon Studio. We don't really know the details of all that stuff, but, one would assume because they're still Activision-owned studios and Bungie kind of moved away from Activision, that would be how it is moving forward. Also, for as much as Activision as much as Activision was responsible for, inserting things into the game that we didn't like, if you read Jason Schreier's book, Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, the chapter about Destiny, it would seem that Bungie or Activision was definitely a driving force into getting the game released. Now, that can be seen in two ways. Obviously, any developer wants to have the game come out when it's done and when it's ready. But, stuff's got to come out eventually, right? So, is Bungie going to be able to actually deliver product in a timely manner without Activision, cracking that whip? But, regardless of all that stuff, I'm really excited for Bungie, like to to see Bungie, what Bungie is going to do with full creative control and full control over the monetization of Destiny is really actually exciting. I think the rest of the gaming industry is really excited to watch this too, because we really get to see how many of those decisions, you know, the Test Everest store or, you know, the annual pass or things like that, how many of those decisions were Activision decisions and how many of them were Bungie decisions. And now that Bungie doesn't have Activision kind of, you know, calling the shots anymore, you know, what does Bungie do in the future? Do they become more like a CD Projekt Red where they sell you a game and some DLCs at a fair price? Or do they become something more like Bethesda where, you know, they're not necessarily on the best of terms with the gamers at the moment? So it'll be really interesting to watch. I think the whole industry is probably watching this and gonna be watching it for the next few years to see what exactly happens when a huge studio like Bungie, you know, comes out from under the umbrella of a publisher like Activision. You know, there's other guys out there that are definitely looking at this. DICE, you know, Treyarch, you know, there's big guys out there that have got to have their eyes on this. You know, we saw the original developers of Call of Duty, the guys who founded Infinity Ward, leave Activision and start a new studio because they weren't happy. So, you know, it's definitely interesting, and I'm definitely really excited to see what the future of Destiny 2 becomes, and then eventually Destiny 3. So it'll be a lot of fun. So I'm going to get back to playing with these old video games. Have an awesome day, everybody. Let me know down in the comments, would you guys like to see some of this stuff streamed, or would you like to see a YouTube video? We could have a little bit of fun with this, I suppose. And what do you guys think about Bungie leaving Activision? Have an awesome day, everybody. I'll see you guys later. Bye.